My name is Partick Cokley. I'm a resident of Washington, D.C., and I am a person with a disability. I have what's called low vision. The 20th anniversary of the ADA is, something that's very interesting. More than just marking in time that it's been 20 years since the signing of the original Americans with Disabilities Act. The 20th anniversary means, that's been 20 years of carrying the torch, of sort of passing the light. And it means really a time for us to look back and sort of see what's happened as far as disability in the United States, and also really put some significant effort into planning what our next steps forward are going to be. What are we going to be saying happened in the 20 years after? And what were the next steps that we took in order to further the mission of the original intent of the Americans with Disabilities Act? I'm one of those people that can claim that they're part of the ADA generation. That generation of people that has benefited from the fact the Americans with Disabilities Act came to pass when I was still in grade school. What that means, however, is not that I've been luckier than any other person with a disability. It does mean that a significant gain had been made by the time I came on the scene. However, it also means that I have even more of a responsibility to continue carrying the light forward and doing the next steps. Yes, we've gotten past protest. There are still some protests to be had, but what are the next major things involved with entrenchment, with policy change, with government infiltration? How are we going to really change the culture of the United States to understand disability as a part of all of us? I grew up in a place where you were either blind or you weren't. Low vision wasn't something I learned about until later on. The ADA is one of those things that the major change that it makes is it gives people the opportunity to be more than just a person with a disability. There's nothing wrong with being a person with a disability, but in the sense that the ADA is there to protect all sorts of people. It protects disability. It provides for the things that we need in the workplace. It allows people to not even be aware that they have a disability, but to know that there are protections in place to make sure they're treated equally as all Americans are. I think the next step for the ADA, even after the Americans with Disabilities Amendments Act, is really more about changing the culture of how disability is perceived in America. We're at a very exciting tipping point right now. We know with the large number of baby boomers that are going to be retiring and aging into disability, so to speak, that disability is not going to be the socially different thing that it once was. Yeah, sure, all of us know people with disabilities, but now we're at a point where all of us not only know them, we expect to see them in the workplace. We expect to see them out at social places. We expect to see them in restaurants. And there's still a significant cultural shift that needs to take place in order to show that Americans are always going to be open and welcoming of these things. It's definitely going to be something very exciting in the next 20 years to see disability really become even more commonplace, and to sort of see how universal design and other techniques of inclusiveness really change the face of America.